Coach. Thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the New York Jets.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Bound to lose one.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Caught, it's Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Rosen to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
He's coming. We got double up. Red 80.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Back to throw, Darnold. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
180.
54 Mike. That's what I do.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And a completion to Wilson. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Gary Jennings with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10.
Watch 8-9, watch 8-9, he's yours.
Check 50, check 50. Slam, slam, slam. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving.
Mike 52, Mike 52. 65, 65. 65.
Second and 5 now. Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
We're going to start.
I got it. You got double time. Double time. 40.
No, 80.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
49, check 49, check 49. Check, 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 check.
Check.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Bell. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Switch it. Come on, 6-6. Pull it high.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check. Hot route. Hot. Big air.
Here's Powell. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play leads to 2nd and goal at the Dolphins' 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Back. Check 26. Lady.
This is Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal.
What twist? What lady? Check. Lucky. You go tight. Red 80. You got tight right there.
Here's Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Rosen off the play action. And it's caught by Parker. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. With Devontae Parker, there was quite a bit of chatter in the offseason that the Dolphins might not pick up his fifth-year option, but they did. And one man who's certainly happy with that, quarterback Josh Rosen. It's a guy that Brian Flores, head coach in Miami, wants around and in that locker room. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check three, young lady.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rosen will throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now it's Rosen. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. There he goes, right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Pick 6, baby. Let's get this all day.
And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. A screen set up. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10.
Rosen now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Flushed out right. Caught by Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Albert Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 17.
From the 17, Rosen. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rosen. It's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, as time expires in the first half, the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I'm coming after you. I'm ready. I'm coming after you.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line.
Hey, Charlie!
Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Watch the whip.
To throw is Darnold. Looking deep for Demarius. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check that. One Mike 52 right here. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 52.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Keep it up.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Obviously they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Three down. Check.
Darnold from the red zone now. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Vince Beagle. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 13.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Stay focused. Come on. All right. I got you.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that a team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
On third down, Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Crowder now to return. We call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Jim. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers. He's coming, double up.
Now Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Waiting. Hey, Zoo.
On second and 11 now. Darnold, blitz coming, and down he goes. Vince Beagle picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Third and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taco Charlton able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now it's Rosen looking. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around.
Three down. Joker. Oh, lady.
On second and 11 now. Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Taco Charlton able to record his 5th sack of the season. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Double. Hey, watch it. Hatchet. Mike 52. Strip the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Thomas has got it, complete. And they work this out past the 25. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him, "It got his man, complete." Demaryius Thomas. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Demaryius Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Just defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. And a completion to Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. He's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
A little flare, a little flare, flare, flare. Man, Eddie.
Bravo.
Mike Batu. Hey.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run again with Pirine, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more coming.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Darnold now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here.
Watch the safety creep. Man, Eddie.
Again, Darnold. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Rashad Jones. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw.